Hello, how y'all doing? I'm going to talk to you today about this. Evil and love cannot coexist. And I want to say in the same person. You cannot be both evil and love at the same time. It is impossible. That is a duality because evil and love are diametrically opposed to each other. So it's impossible for a person to be evil and to love at the same time. That is totally impossible. For example, okay, if the woman is a witch and the man is a witch or idolater or warlock or whatever they call themselves, Satan's, whatever. If she says she loves him, that is impossible for her to do that because she cannot be cohabitated by and possessed by evil, which she is if she's a witch, possessed, and then say she loves that man. No, that's lust. They may lust or they may work together, for the sake of living together, financially or whatever. But it's impossible for her to love him. It is impossible for him to love her. Now, and they cannot love their children. I don't care if they have 20 children. A witch cannot love children. She cannot love her children because if she is evil or witch, those demons are going to get in her children. Now, when I say Satan, I'm talking about the whole dark world. It's just like, everything in the dark world, I just say devils. I don't know what kind, but everything in the dark world is devils. Okay, so if a person's a witch, they serving the devil. Okay, and there are millions of devils, but that devil is in them, and it's going to be getting to their children. Now, this celebrity said, I need to control this, or I need to control it. In other words, when she shifts into a reptile or whatever they call them, she wants to control it, but she can't because those evil spirits control her. They control. People cannot become unpossessed unless they be, Jesus delivers them. They cannot become unpossessed. Once that lizard controls them, they control them 24/7. Once the evil spirit controls them, they control them 24/7. Now, this celebrity said that, this evil spirit comes upon her when she performs. Okay, and so the implication is there when she doesn't perform, she's herself. And the spirit is gone, but that's not true because the spirit, a person cannot go in possession and out of possession unless Jesus totally delivers them. They cannot do that. So that spirit is with her all the time. Okay, she cannot just go on stage and spirit is gone, or go off stage and spirit is gone. That is impossible. Now, if a person has said this, if a person has said they have sold their soul to Satan, they are Satan's slave, they're Satan's servant, whatever you want to call them, and they are controlled by Satan, they are possessed. They cannot go out of possession unless Jesus delivers them. But they cannot go out of possession, and those spirits, those evil spirits that's in her, it gets in her children. In fact, the Bible says 7 other spirits more wicked than the first one gets in those children. And if you see that, you see if the parent are evil, their children are 7 times more evil, more wicked. You see, like this girl that I grew up with, she's a chronic liar. Her daughter's a liar, and her granddaughter's a liar. Her other children probably are liars, okay? She's a chronic liar. And those spirits, 7 other spirits went into the next generation. Now, I've always wondered what the Bible meant by cursed children, because I was wondering, how can a child be cursed if they're innocent? But see, that's one way a child can be cursed. If the mother is a witch or into Satanism or whatever, those demons not only are going to be in her for 24/7, but they're going to be in their children too. I don't care if they have 20 children. The children are cursed from the womb. They are cursed children. I have a better understanding of what the Bible means by that. I didn't understand it at first. How can a child be cursed? Because they're innocent. But see, that's one way that they can be cursed. If the father or the mother or both, or witches, warlocks, Satanists, whatever you want to call it, Satan controls them. Therefore, Satan is in their children. Seven more spirits, more wicked than themselves, are in those children. And Jesus is the only one that can deliver from that. Now, let's say if you're an ordinary person, even if you're a Christian, but you're kind of nice person, if you meet, let's say a heterosexual relationships, okay, you go meet a guy, you know he's wicked, because you know that he beat up his previous girlfriend within an inch of her life. You know that, but you fascinated by him because you're fascinated by the wickedness. The Bible says there's pleasure in sin. Okay, there's pleasure in sin. So you're fascinated by this man, because you're fascinated by the wickedness. Because he does, he looks death in the face. You're just fascinated by his badness. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's impossible for you to love him. It's going to be impossible for you to love him. And it's impossible for him to love you. I don't care. He can say it 20 times a day. He can psych himself that he loves you, but he cannot love you, because love and evil cannot coexist. Okay? And the only way to get out of a lot of those relationships is through violence. But that's another story. But it's impossible for you to love him. As time goes by, you will see it's impossible for you to love him. It's going to be impossible for him to love you. Not the true definition of love. When in my college days, there was this guy who was wicked. I mean, he was wicked the day you meet him. You meet him in 10 minutes, you can see he's wicked. But see, his parents were wicked. Okay? So that's why he's wicked. It's impossible to love anybody like that. And it's impossible for him to love. Okay? He cannot love because he's wicked. But he got the wickedness from his mother and his father, because they were both wicked. Now, you take like a celebrity who sold their soul to the devil. They are possessed by the devil 24/7. If they get pregnant, those evil spirits, going to get into the children. Period. They can say, we love each other. This is real love. Okay, but that's impossible. They can have 5 weddings. Okay, they're going to renew their vows 5, 10 times. They can have 5 weddings. They cannot love each other. That is totally impossible. They can have 20 children. It is impossible for them to love their children, because they are both evil. They are possessed by evil. They cannot love their children. And they cannot love each other. That is impossible, because evil and love cannot coexist. The children are cursed from the womb. Why? Because the parent is evil. The parents are Satanists. The parents are possessed by their own admission. They cannot love their children. Jesus is the only one that can deliver from that. You take like that guy in college, okay? He was evil. His parents were evil. He was evil. He cannot love. Nobody can love him at all. And to tell the truth, this is a black guy. I'm being real for a minute. Okay, I'm being real for a minute. The black girls didn't want him. The truth. But, I'm being real now. Okay, now he got the white girls to do what he wanted to do, because, look, white girls love that black dick. Okay, I'm just being real for a minute. White girls love that black dick. Okay, so he got the white girls to do what they wanted to, but there was no love. The black girls didn't even like him. It's impossible to love someone like that. He cannot love, and nobody can love him. And he probably still wicked. He just old, ugly, and wicked, okay? But it's impossible for a person who sold their soul to Satan or is a Satanist, and it's impossible for them to say they love their spouse. That's impossible, because they cannot love. They lust after their spouse, but they don't love their spouse. And it's impossible for the spouse to love them. You know, Africans know that. When Africans know, when they marry, for example, when a woman marries a man, they know that if they know that man is a Satanist, he has reached a certain type of authority in Satan kingdom. They know that man. They know they are not just marrying that man. They are marrying the spirit. African women know that. African men know that. That when they have sex with a woman, whether she's their wife or girlfriend, and that woman is a witch or she's possessed by some kind of siren, they know they're really marrying that siren as well as her. They're actually marrying two. They marry the human woman and the entity. Have a nice day.